Healthcare policies differ a lot around the world. Some are successful, while the others are probably just not as comprehensive. From Australia to the United States, healthcare reform has been a political buzzword in the developed world. While the context might differ, the key issues which underpin the call for reform are similar. For one, healthcare cost continues to rise faster than the general CPI. 2. More healthcare spending does not seem to lead to better healthcare. And 3. Employers and taxpayers are losing their appetite to pick up the bill. In the United States, throughout the past 20 years, employer-sponsored health insurance has been the dominant source of coverage for the non-elderly population, backed up in various ways by public policies designed to protect people who lose their jobs. However, the American employers who have been shouldering the cost increases over the years are saying enough is enough, as it is hurting the competitiveness of their company. Many are resorting to cost shifting to the employees, and if the employees' welfare are not met, their productivity will probably decrease in the sense of poor work quality. In Britain, healthcare is a public good provided by the National Health Service. The government looks after its citizens from cradle to grave. Healthcare is practically free for all its people at the point of need. This has led to an overwhelming increase in demand for healthcare over at Britain. There were just too many people who wanted to use the free medical services. This has resulted in massive deficits and rising taxes for the people. On the other hand, in Singapore, the government do not dangle the myth of free healthcare. Instead, they argue for individual responsibility and some co-payment. The government also steer away from comprehensive insurance schemes based on first dollar coverage, which are popular in the West but have proven to lead to over-servicing and overconsumption. This has allowed Singapore to be among the most cost-effective in the world. Singapore has crafted a mixed financing system with many layers of protection to guarantee that no Singaporean is refused medical attention due to financial difficulties. The first layer is provided by heavy government subsidies, which ensures universal access to basic healthcare for all Singapore citizens. Up to 80% of the healthcare cost is subsidized by the government, whereas the patient pays only 20%. After government subsidies, Medisave forms the second layer of protection. Under Medisave, Singaporeans channel a portion of their incomes into Medisave accounts whereby they can use this savings for their own or their family's future medical expenses. By now, with government subsidies and Medisave, many do not have to pay anything out of their pocket unless they insist on fanciful but costly implants. Forming the third layer of protection is health insurance, which comprises MediShield and ElderShield. Practically all countries have incorporated insurance into their healthcare systems. But Singapore is again unique by insisting on deductibles and co-payment in their health insurance framework in order to cut down on abuses and wastages. MediShield and ElderShield premiums can both be paid using Medisave. The final layer of protection is Medifund. It is the ultimate safety net to catch those who cannot afford the subsidized bill charges despite Medisave and MediShield coverage. It is an endowment fund with an initial capital of 200 million Singapore dollars, and it currently stands at 1.7 billion Singapore dollars. The interest income is utilized to finance the needy. As the healthcare policies in Singapore, the 3 M's, are more of individual responsibility, people can then manage their own finances, and there would be a lesser burden imposed on the government. In this way, more money could be spent on the other sectors and can be further developed. This can then attract foreign investors and spur economic growth. More job opportunities can thus be created and increase the population of the workforce, increasing income and the GDP. A recent example is the development of Singapore's tourism industry. The building of the integrated resort has not only attracted more foreign investors and tourists, it has also provided employment for Singaporeans. Singapore's economy is said to have expanded by 14.7%. With more people being able to receive healthcare, there would be more happy people and less conflicts around. This will enhance Singapore's cohesiveness, which is important for a cosmopolitan society. Healthcare in Singapore is largely subsidized and can be paid through Medisave or Medifund. Thus, there is no need to have hard cash to pay for healthcare, easing the burden of citizens and increasing their standard of living as well as their quality of life. Sharing the ways to manage healthcare in a country between countries can actually foster bilateral relations through exchange of knowledge and experience. That is, providing healthcare necessities or aid to a war-stricken or less developed country. If healthcare policies are managed well in a country, the government can then focus on other areas to make the country a better and safer one.
Fighting or what? Wait.